Hello and welcome back to the Crud.
Hello.
I'm Eddie and this is Neil.
Word to your mothers.
And if you watched our last episode, you notice there may have been a little bit of a problem with it.
We had some audio gremlins.
Lost the audio files the first time round, and the second time round it was a little bit of a quiet recording, so you could barely hear me. Hopefully
So
this time's going to be...
Yeah, we've turned it up to 11. So if it's too loud for you, switch it down.
It's true.
Get it down.
All right.
Okay, so what are we doing today?
Right, we'll continue from where I left off last time. Unfortunately, there's going to be some repeats for you.
Oh, repeaties. I love a good repeaties. Oh, that creepy music's already like bumming me out.
Bringing you into the vibe, Neil.
Mate, just pull that shit up, Jamie. Let's do it.
You've been watching some more Joe Rogan.
How did you guess?
What do you think about the prospect of Donald Trump and Joe Biden going on the Joe Rogan show?
I think if he spikes them both with DMT and puts them in an isolation tank, it could possibly be the greatest podcast that's ever been made.
Talking about DMT, I want to show you something.
Yeah?
Oh, it's not here anymore. There was like a weird, trippy as heck
Nebula.
It was, and I was like, what? Oh well.
Did you feel like you were reaching a wider consciousness that the ayahuasca was taking over the Starlight Bridge from the west?
No, I just thought if I was going to be whacked out on mushrooms, this is the sort of thing I'd like to see while I was. Okay, let's go chat with these people again.
One thing I can tell about this game is that the people who made it really liked those 1990s Magic Eye posters because they seem to have taken a lot of inspiration from that and the cover of like rave compilation cassettes. Look,
I can just lure this guy further and further away from his camp.
Just keep him. Is he coming towards us? Is he hostile?
No, he's friendly. He's like an NPC. Once if we stand here, how's his friend going to have that conversation about how he sees us?
You know, based on who played Dungeons and Dragons, one can see NPCs.
What brings you here, my sir?
That is a long story. Where am I, and who are you? It's not really a long story. We're thrown in a...
Apothecarius by my path.
Bloody hell, lad.
And you are at Sun Coast,
from to north.
South of Enderal.
I'm from Sheffield, Louisiana.
Tell me, I know that accent. Nerim, isn't it?
Yes. Also, I, when Northerners say it, spell A-Y-E. America, you're welcome.
This is when we've bugged the game up because his friend has now got to walk all the way down this path.
What? Oh my god, we've broken the we've already broken the matrix. Oh shit.
Oh, they're walking off to have a chat and we're stuck out here. Lovely.
Oh dear. So if you're watching this mod maker's friend or
at least for the night we should. Wait a second. Who's that?
Who's what? Where? You didn't see me.
We can't see anything. We're half a mile away in the dark.
No reason to worry. For heck's sake, Finn. How do you know that this guy isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me.
It looks like a bandit to me.
You're standing here, having a chat with him as if this were the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
Who's Carbos?
I don't know. We can't see him. Whoops.
He's enunciating very well, though. We can hear him over quite a distance.
It's his acting talent.
Surian.
That's just how he is.
The Lance.
In any case, if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind.
Be weird to have a conversation over this range, I think. But you know, this is the.
Obviously, like, do you think you're still quite stinky from that, like, slave ship or whatever we were on?
I think it's the age of social distancing, Neil. So.
Oh, that's what they're doing. It's the Billy Ray Cyrus. They're keeping the social distance.
Quite right.
Here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes.
Yeah, lad, we'll have a bit of that. We love the drugs.
Whatever.
Very personal remark, lad. What's that about?
What about my eyes?
Yeah, ask
There's
him.
something peculiar about you.
Did he just call us peculiar?
How else to say it.
I think he's making implications.
We don't have the right equipment with us.
Well, that's just not acceptable in 2020.
He's now asking about our equipment, I think, so...
Who
Oh,
knows?
wow.
Maybe
He's
you
very
find
forward.
something in that
Hashtag
temple.
me too, sir.
What's your story? Why are you here?
Us? Oh, nothing spectacular, I'm afraid. We gather herbs.
Herbs. Herbs with a H. You're supposed to be pretending to be English.
It's like us at school. He's gathering the herbs.
Stop by one day if you're
I'll
in
bet.
the area. Someone who scours period ruins and survives could surely be useful to the apothecary and help us find some things.
So he's just met us. He's already trying to like franchise us in his drug business.
Seems, well, you know, you got to recruit the talent where you can.
Do you think
Can
he
you tell
recognised
us
that
more
talent
about
in
this
us from 20
region?
years?
Well, what can I tell you? This is the Sun Coast in the south of Enderal. A pretty peaceful area, except for all the animals and bandits that have recently started going crazy.
This guy's got some real issues. Why is he calling everyone bandits?
That's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people
Not
in
sure.
Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell.
I see. And are there other places that might be of interest to an adventurer? I mean, weren't we just a stowaway he was like thrown in the ocean, attached to a dead body? How have we suddenly decided? Now we're Horatio Nelson.
We've been upgraded.
Do you feel like a bit of a hornblower, Neil?
What you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned
I'm all
shot.
Master Bates.
Yes,
These
there are
days.
some places. The Three River Lodge, for example, right there below the
Funny
stone
jokes.
arch. It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters.
Oh, shady characters, lads. Sounds like Sheffield.
Knowledge. You said you were an apothecarius by my path. What do you mean, by my path?
By my path.
By the
Oh, you like that?
Guardian. You really are an outlander.
Oh, there's no need to bring up these
Whoa,
black.
easy, son.
Well, it's just me path. My role designated to me by Malthus. A kind of calling, if you will.
If you will.
A role
Wink,
designated
wink,
by
say no more.
Malthus? You mean the gods assign your professions to you? Okay, so it's a theocracy of some kind.
Not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society. Generally the same one our fathers and forefathers occupied.
Who is your daddy?
I walk the path of the erudites. And there's also
So
the
it's a
manufacturers,
theocratic
the
caste system.
sublimes,
Is it
and,
caste or
of
caste?
course,
I
the
think it's
pathless.
Hmm.
Within these roles, we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to
Vocational,
erudites are not
ambiguous.
permitted to a manufacturer, which is one path below. However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior.
Uh-huh.
Everyone on Enderal does what they do best. And who would know better than the gods what exactly that is?
But aren't you frustrated?
That sort of logic's difficult to argue with.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Don't-
Richard Dawkins.
Yes. Have you ever considered that they don't exist? But aren't you frustrated
Malthus
by...
probably doesn't exist anyway, so just enjoy your life.
Mm-hmm. But aren't you frustrated by being bound to that path? Don't you want to advance?
In the folly of my youth, I might
Youth.
have thought about it, yes. But then I realised that half of what goes wrong in this world has to do with the desire to advance.
He's definitely northern.
I'm interested in living the righteous path.
And the other half? Well, we don't like to talk about that.
People. That's enough for me, and only the faithful will be granted the eternal path.
The Yorkshire Sea. Just to show that I'm not the worst in this, to quote one former editor of New Science magazine, we think science is great. And if you don't agree, back off!
Men or women who have never received the path consecration.
That is a quote from Richard Dawkins, in case anyone's wondering and they haven't heard it.
It was like, what the hell's got into this guy?
You know.
He's having some kind of psychotic break from the last video we had to shoot with no
Yes, if they
audio.
haven't seen that, they won't know.
Where I,
who
just,
you're...
where I just spoke to myself for like 45 minutes.
Yes, that wasn't. No, your audio was gone, and the game audio was gone. It's just me going,
You
"Oh,
just
that is funny," and here's a
running.
point in return. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
There's a rumour that the Golden Queen has a weakness for men in gowns.
Oh, yes.
Right, let's get some gowns.
Let's
That's what we
hitch
gotta
that gown up and show her the apparatus.
But there are a few who might consider it heresy.
Like an enormous helicopter, a heavy lift one like a Chinook, or for example, a Russian I-8.
But if I look at other countries, even within the civilized world, it's hard to find a people as peaceful as ours.
As I hypnotise them with my huge dongle.
I don't think they have dongles, Neil. I don't think they have electronics of any kind.
Hoisting the gown.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, we can unload some of our
Maybe I have some
garbage onto this guy.
This guy's boring me rigid, dude. Come on, give him what he wants so he'll go away.
Unfortunately, Neil, you have to listen to him so that people watching the video can decide if they want to skip him or not.
Oh.
Keep in mind, they can skip, but we can't. So we have
yes.
to. We suffer so that you don't have to.
Yes, we do suffer quite a lot.
He's got 27 pennies. Right, I'm going to sell him
well, we'll be getting them 27 pennies. What old shit can we unload on him?
all these mushrooms I picked up. I scraped some mushrooms
You've
off
had
the
too
floor.
many bloody hallucinogens.
Don't worry, I'll have some more in a minute.
Aye, gotta keep top, lad.
Oh, we can't afford anything else, so that'll have to do.
Tactical
Does it have anything I want to buy? That's the question.
No, of course he doesn't. He's some nutcase sat in the middle of nowhere around a campfire talking to his invisible friend.
Yeah, but he might have some herbs.
Oh, you must try and buy drugs from him. Okay, let's give it a go.
He doesn't have any. I mean, that's quite disappointing.
Recovery and safe roads. Walk blessed.
Yes, right, good.
Cheers, bro. Do.
Right, can we get away from them?
Go.
Will they summon us back in?
Do we have some kind of mystical grenade?
What, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch?
The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch?
Oh no, we're having a plot element that makes us come back to see this
we're
game.
having issues. Having a flashback to the ayahuasca.
By the righteous path. What happened to you? You look as if you've met the Black Guardian himself.
What exactly?
Not appropriate.
Yes, that is very inappropriate. I mean, what is?
He's
Why would
just
that be
a
any
guardian.
different? That's correct. Yes, I have this kind of fever.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more
Granary!
I got a fever, and the only solution.
Well,
I'm gonna let you do your Christopher Walken impression. Let's reset.
wait a moment. I think I still have some grunt root.
What's the root?
At
It's
least
like
for
a
now.
cowbell.
Close your eyes and open your mouth.
I'm gonna have to put it into you in the French style.
Now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, if the strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Well, he's not a very nice guy, is he?
Gruntroots.
Why does he have to say it like that? It's making it weird. David, have you ever tried grunt root in a fantasy
I have
setting?
never tried grunt root, but I feel like I'm about to. Maybe it's nice.
Sheer cup, some water. Ha! Done.
What is grunt root? Pull that shit up, Jamie.
Finn, the still.
Whoa! Oh, that looks like Rainbow Six are doing a dynamic entry.
Faces of meth, Neil. Faces of meth. A poorly controlled meth still is a
Tell
dangerous
them we're an
thing.
undercover police officer.
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close call.
Oh, F-bomb.
Sorry, all right.
It's true. I can't complain though. I'm like a trucker, so.
You are a dirty trucker.
Paying.
The dirtiest trucker.
A right mother trucker.
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you.
Well, I barely know you, but sure, why not?
He's
Do
taking drinks off this tree. Look at him.
Still,
you want the red pill or the blue pill? Would you take a red pill from a guy you've never
This
met before?
guy's not Morpheus, he's a date rapist.
caution will wane in a few days.
Well, you didn't know that Morpheus wasn't until afterwards.
It was 1999. That stuff didn't exist then. It started with Keanu.
I'm not so sure about that, Neil. I'm pretty sure it did. It's just that people couldn't
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
maybe
Harvey
it-
Weinstein.
Bill Cosby.
Thanks, but what in the blazes just happened there?
Oh, Jello
Even
pudding.
still, bad quality and too much heat, I'd wager.
Rabbit?
Yeah,
Rabbit?
whatever will be, will be.
But the explosion, the voices, They were yours.
Explosion. I'm not sure I follow.
Why didn't you just say they still exploded?
Finn Dalaris died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, lads.
Maybe...
Wait a second.
I sound like Charlie Hunnam will have been speaking in an American accent for too long and switch back to Geordie.
Well, he's dead, obviously.
Saw something moving over there.
3, 2, 1. Zombie. Oh, no, it's an arrow from the sky.
Someone
Take
shooting
cover,
us.
maybe? Can I get out of this chair?
Dave, put some covering fire down. Suppress
I can't get out of this chair. I'd like to. I mean, under
Pop
this
up-
situation,
pop
I
up a
don't
few
think
rounds.
I would...
Get into cover.
I'd like to get into cover. He's standing out in the open. That does not seem like a
not
good idea.
His tactical training is poor. Oh, he just got hit by an RPG. That
A
went
medieval
Black Hole down.
fantasy RPG. Not good.
That's it.
Now look at that. Our mysterious survivor has awoken.
What?
Uh-oh. Why are my trousers on back to front?
There's a strange taste in my mouth.
What? Where am I? Who are you?
Who's the president?
Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are at my very own campsite.
Oh no, we're not, son.
The bandits killed both of the apothecary. The only reason
Uh,
you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into the thicket. Most
Dave,
of
can you ask him for 50 gold pieces and the Uber home and we'll say no more about it?
Well, that's a different story.
How do you know about the apothecarii? Where were you when they were attacked? Yeah, exactly. Are you one of the bandits?
And no, I didn't help for two reasons. One,
Bandits.
I was outnumbered. Two, I'm quite
Bandizos.
fond of my entrails. I wish I had a more heroic answer, but I don't. Sorry.
Wait, what do you know about my fever?
Quite a lot, actually. Your son-
I am going to say it like that every time.
Dave, you need to...
The old apothecarius didn't see that. Let me
It's
guess,
feeding you
you're
lines for your
capable of
favourite impression.
previously knew only
I'll just add them in post.
You're unusually strong, you have reflexes like a cat, and drinking potions or any kind of magically infused substance leaves a bitter afterglow in your head.
Yes.
Right, yes.
Well then, congratulations. Your magical talent just blossomed. A bit late given your age, but it happens. Put simply,
Very
the fever
personal
is your
remark.
body not being able to cope with it.
Well, he expected you to blossom a little earlier, Neil.
Now,
We had to have a day job for a while. These blue yetis didn't buy themselves.
it's going to get grim.
It's true. So, an Arcanist will be able to cure this fever.
Contain it, not cure it. From here on out, you're always going to be a little more sensitive than someone without
But
magic.
only a cure is more
How
cowbell.
compared to what your magic will allow you to do.
What do you mean
You're gonna be
by
wearing gold diapers, baby?
a little sensitive?
Prone to certain conditions. As I said, your fever will get worse if you drink healing potions. But you'll also be a
Actually,
lot more
true
susceptible
fact,
to night
my favourite
visions.
Blue Oyster Cult song is
Also, you
Godzilla.
should be very cautious of areas with magical contamination,
Okay.
such as Thalgard in the east.
Are there
Yeah,
any
well,
other
I mean,
remedies?
Well, there's ambrosia, but for an
Devin knows how they
uncontrolled
make it so
fever, it'll
creamy.
only postpone the symptoms. Later, you can drink
Who's
it when
Devin?
the fever gets worse.
Other customers are available.
Does he work at the Ambrosia Company?
Maybe.
But it's the only thing that really
Does he have poor judgment?
I think he does. He's hanging out with this dude.
You have
His tent up a
visions?
hill.
Yes, I have visions.
Not that I know of. The only visions I've ever had are those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed.
Well, to be fair, we have been eating
As
a
I
lot
said,
of mushrooms.
Someone
Ed.
needs to contain your fever as soon as possible. And as it happens, I know people. But in return, I want you to tell me everything.
Does he know the Bruce Dickinson?
And what's the story with those visions? I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you.
You keep your hands to yourself, bruv.
What do you say?
You had my attention. Now you have
Finger.
my intrigue.
Well, then, the stage is yours.
Okay, I appear to be passing out.
Oh shit.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh, why? Why?
We took too many mushrooms, mate. It's all those ice claws.
So, let me summarize.
Ice claws.
You somehow survived getting
Crystal
thrown
meth
into
for
the open sea,
Skyrim.
and while you were half dead, had this dream in which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light.
I think that dream was actually before, but was more like a
Chronology's
memory.
all messed up.
The temple I saw in it was the same one in the valley.
Huh. And you also said that your magic didn't develop gradually, as it usually does, but all at once, right?
Right after I washed up on the shore, yes, together with those visions.
Well, that's quite the story. I guess you know how
It doesn't sound like he
absurd it
believes
sounds.
us, David.
For some reason, I believe you.
Oh, he does.
I've met a lot of liars in my life, and you aren't one of them.
Oh, well, in that case, we've
very
met our new mark.
Introduce you to my employer. and have a
Yes.
Before we leave, however, there's something.
Did I tell you the world was going to end unless you give me 50 gold?
Please remove your clothes.
What's Ark? I'm guessing a city of some kind.
Ark? The capital of this country? Walls high as towers of iron-hard stone rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned. Never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by Malthus and blah 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 and so on and so forth.
Wiki Wiki Wild. Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West.
I'm going to skip the conversation
Splendid.
and get to the game.
You'll need some information before you can help me, though.
I need
Take
some
the fact that Finn has seen
information.
better times
first.
hasn't eluded your attention, has it? For the last 2 years, there have been wars and unrest everywhere. And even though in Enderal there's officially peace,
Ooh, level up. I'll give myself some health.
happening.
Dave, can you just push pause there for a second? I've just got to get the front door.
Docile animals,
Sure, sure.
Cool.
attacking the dead, awakening in hordes. It's unsettling, to say the least. The strangest thing, however, is the red madness.
Do you think this chaos could be in any way related to the rumours about the Lightborn's death? Everyone in Nerim talks about them.
Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true, and that there's a connection, yes.
Then you actually believe that somebody did kill the gods? The Lightborn?
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than imposters anyway. False gods.
And I thought the Enderals were the most pious people in the civilized world.
Oh, I'm hardly representative. I've seen that a long life is only one of the things powerful magic can achieve. And the false deity theory isn't that new, after all, is it? Seriously, say the Lightborn really are as mighty as the revelations say they are. Wouldn't they have the power to call down lightning on me right here and right now, to punish me for my insolence? No. The Lightborn were immortal kings, and that's all. At least, that's how I see it. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Splendid.
Far
You
from.
never know. But we digress.
The intro kind of spoiled that that's definitely true. Right, you said something about a red madness?
Yeah. It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their mind. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a smith in Ark who butchered his entire family. He was drunk, but that doesn't explain why he screamed things like "Fear the light" while he was doing it. Or a young woman of noble path who set her own house on fire while her family was asleep. Now, you might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen incidents in a very short period of time. The fact that the afflicted's eyes glow red while they go rampant has made people call the disease madness.
Okay, it kind of buried the lead there, my friend. Glowing red eyes is what I would have started with. People's eyes glow red, then they start mass murdering. A magister?
A teacher who instructs the novices aspiring to become keepers. His name was Yarrow, a man with more than 60 winners on his back.
What did he do?
Well, according to the sole survivor, he entered the teaching room that day as usual, but instead of giving his lecture on alchemy, he gave a strange kind of speech where he kept going on about how mankind is corrupted and that it has succumbed.
Okay, I'm good. Let's do it.
And his eyes started glowing.
I kept recording, just so I could get through this conversation. Because I know for you it's like pulling nails.
Yes.
That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
So what's your role in all this? You said you work for the Order. Sorry. There's there's inverted commas around the word work. So what's your role in this? You say you work for the Order. But I take it you're no monk.
I'm not one for vows and austerity, so no,
He works
I'm no
for the
keeper.
Order.
My specialty is recovering lost things. Treasures, tomes, memories, and the like.
Mug him.
The order hired me to do just that.
Do you have any of these on you at the moment?
Oh, yeah, can we see them? We don't believe you.
Pattern to this malady.
You're after his motives, but how can I help you with that? I don't know anything about the Magister. Also, I was basically murdered and thrown in the sea and probably need to go to a hospital since I'm suffering from some sort of... Maybe pick someone who's not suffering from a deadly disease.
Deadly disease and death still.
Yarrow grew up in a small village not far from here, and according to the order, he visited it quite often after his partner died. What I want your help with is finding clues as to why he did what he did. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Great. First of all, I want you to travel to Riverville and talk to an old man named Alfred, a childhood friend of Yarrow's.
Also his butler.
What he makes of the incident, and whether he has any explanation for it. Secondly, a farm boy told me that he saw Yarrow throw something into the sea during his last visit there. The winds have been blowing inland the last couple of days, so go search the shoreline and see if it washed up. I myself will take a look at the house Yarrow grew up in. Ah, and here. This is a map of the region. Yarrow's house is at the blue dot. So, unless there's anything else, I'd say let's step to it. Just meet me at the farm when you're done.
Okay.
If a quest objective is marked by 1 or more stars, they indicate the difficulty of said quests. And at the same time, the level you should have for the quest. 1 star, very easy, 2 easy, 3 medium, and 4 hard. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. So this is a very easy quest. Oh, we've got a book here. The Butcher of Ark, Volume 1. Now, I've seen this book, so I'm not going to try and read it for the following reason. This is the first
might
page.
fall asleep.
This is well. It will take 20 minutes. You'll see what I mean. But I will let you pause on each page if you want to read it, because take a look at this. Wow, Chapter 1.
Is there any information in this you reckon we need?
I hope not, because look at this.
This feels like preparing for an exam at uni.
Well, big mod packs like this are very often how programmers or little crews want to show their ability. So this is obviously a writer showing that he can write as a sort of demonstration to be hired.
Oh.
And Bethesda do hire people from mod makers. They've done so in the past.
Do they hire podcasters?
I don't think so.
I feel like we'd improve the dialogue on this like 110%.
I'm not sure that's true.
It would be a very different game.
It would be very different. We would change the dialogue on this.
It'd be like one of those old Kung Fu movies with like the English dubbing over the top.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Why are we
Also,
getting Funky Mandolin?
Just the game's background music. They've decided that Funky Mandolin is what we should hear. Ah, this is where we were before.
I feel like I'm outside like Grand Union Station and
this is the bandit.
Sell me his panpipe CD.
That's right. I will avoid making more Force Lightning jokes. I made a lot of those jokes before. I will take that longbow. I think it's better than what I've currently got.
One slightly charred longbow, one former owner.
They can have my rubbish one. Oh, here's Finn. He has some ambrosia. A cool thing. Some arrows and some wild berries. And his chum, who...
Do they actually have name?
Carbos and Finn. But the bandit is just a bandit.
Bandit. He didn't deserve a name.
Maybe his name actually is Bandit. It's just one of those, Mr. Bun becomes a baker. Whereas Mr. Bandit, he became a bandit. I mean, his parents should have thought more about that name, really. The Muck, Rob and Kill family.
Well, tradition is important for a lot of people.
Okay, I'll take the basket, but I'll also take all these gems. Oh.
It's very careless how they're just casually scattered around. This kind of reminds me like the like gathering mechanism on this is kind of like the Macklemore song thrift shop. Another man's rubbish is, yeah, one man's rubbish is one man's treasure.
It's true.
We're like a particularly murderous magical womble.
Well, in this case, it actually is treasure. I mean, these are like gems or something. So,
Can we get the net?
you think there's a fishing minigame? No, we can't pick up the net, sadly.
No.
Whoop.
You could just lose hours walking around picking crap up in this.
Well, not only could you, but we probably will.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
I mean, look at all this. Look at all these.
Surprised.
There's literally gems in this water. This is obviously some sort of.
Shiny gem water. A premium brand.
Which I don't really get, because I'm pretty sure that's not how you find gemstones. I mean, gold, yes. Gold would, you know, collect at the base of the river.
Geographers out there, if you could just pop... Yeah, if you have any comments, just pop them in the comment section below.
Well,
We'll
I
be
know
sure
of
to read
one
them.
geologist who might actually watch
Geologist,
this. So.
that's it. Who is the geologist?
Rebecca's a geologist.
Oh, Becca.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I don't know
You
who
know
that
about
is,
gems?
and I was thinking. Well,
What's that?
presumably. They are a kind of rock, aren't they?
I always rock hard. True.
Oh dear.
Oh, Jack, you've seen it yourself. We went and saw Guns N' Roses. This is not a smutty sexual innuendo.
I think it is.
And why do you think it is?
I think this is just a cover that you're now trying to be like, no,
No.
I merely slipped at the bottom of the stairs and fell into the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I see how this one works.
Take that vacuum cleaner. Oh, a Dyson cyclone.
Okay, I hear something a little disturbing upstairs.
Is it sound like a vacuum cleaner that's trying to clear a blockage that he can't?
No, it sounds unpleasant, like some creepy crawlies. What's this?
I don't know.
Oh,
Your hands are on fire. You might want to. Oh, crikey!
it's because someone was talking about my hands, and
Hands that do dishes are as soft as your face.
well, there's another dead spider there. Ambrosia. Okay, I'll take
What's that
that.
say? Oh, fuck it.
What is that noise? Like a weird, spooky whistling noise in here. Iron boots.
Weird and
Ambrosia.
spooky in this game. No, I refuse to believe it.
Oh, fermented goat's milk. Now, here's the question: was that intentionally fermented, or are we just picking
No,
up
it's
rotting?
just being like it's off milk. It's or somebody's artisan cheese project.
Whoa! What was that?
Something's moving.
It was a horrible, creepy, spooky noise that was very loud and made me jump. Whew.
Do you have a whacking stick?
Great.
Power!
Spider eggs. I will collect. I will. You know, you got to catch them all, Neil.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, if you are going out playing Pokemon Go, setting fire to other people's properties is a quick way in the UK of winding up in prison.
Well, usually.
Yep.
But we'll avoid that social commentary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Did you just have some sort of seizure there, Neil?
I did, yes. I just shot my bolt
Oh dear.
from a fantasy crossbow.
I'll flip back over to focus.
Is there a town that we can go and speak to lots of people with?
I do hope so. I think at this portion of the game we actually get a bit of free roaming, which is very nice because up until now the game's been fairly restricted in what it lets us do.
It's true. It did have about 16 introductions.
It's true. That is not even a joke. Well, it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it is.
Exaggeration. Oh, we're back in this campsite.
It's okay, don't worry. We just don't make eye contact.
Mate, God knows what he did to us while we were out
Our
cold.
drug of choice. And I also hear like...
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't...
rising Oh. Just let
This
him
doesn't
kill him.
involve us, so...
Then rob him.
Jesus.
Did he just knee that dog to death?
Yes, he did. He kicked it right in the face.
Kill the fucker. How dare he?
How dare you defend yourself against a wolf, sir?
Wolf.
How dare you? He's immune. So perhaps
Oh.
we shouldn't mess with him. He appears to be resistant to fire in some capacity. I knew that before.
That's not super typical. Based on our understanding of physics in our universe.
Ooh, there's a goat here. Neil, don't get excited.
Did it have pretty eyes?
Oh dear.
A loving stare.
Those are some bouncy
What
boulders.
the hell? Someone just pushed a rock at us.
Read, attention. Border of the protected lands. Behind this man-pass there be no protection against the pathless ones. Travellers, beware of rockfalls and assaults. Well, okay, I'll leave that note. Or
Oh no.
knock it off
Oops.
so that nobody can see it. Oh well, you know.
Yeah, set fire to it. I feel it's the least we could do after we murdered those banditos. Stay away from the edge of that bridge.
Some sort of castle over there.
A castle on a rock, you might say.
You may indeed say that. That is entirely up to you if you wish to say that.
Yeah,
I
there's
shall
no
make no
pressure.
judgments about saying that. I will, however, check if there's anything hidden behind the waterfall.
We love checking behind the waterfalls.
Well, you got to, because if I was making a game, I'd definitely hide things behind the waterfall.
Even when the 3D fails and it sucks us into the fourth dimension.
Which may happen, because that is also things that can get hidden behind waterfalls. Errors.
Yeah. Mapping issues. Incidentally, it's very unlikely if it was the fourth dimension we'd be able to perceive it. So what we're basically saying with that, oh, man running in the water. Oh,
Okay,
God.
I can't shoot
Why
my...
is he shooting arrows? He both said hello. Hang on. He either
Well,
needs a boat or render.
Given that his name is Highwayman,
Uh,
I think he might be a bad man.
obviously a cousin of old Bandit.
He's part of his family. You killed my brother, Bandit!
Wow, you did that.
I was just out here, minding my own business, and yeah.
Robbing some people.
Bandit, Highwayman, and Robber. or Rob.
He didn't choose the highwayman life, it chose him.
I'm Rob Highwayman.
Oh, hang on.
Or
this is
Rob
one of
Steele,
Highwayman's
that's
friends.
another.
Yes. Appears to be
Wow.
some dude down there. To your left, like Beyonce.
I know, but I have to check behind
The waterfall, I get you.
a guy to my
I'm
left.
just trying to maintain situational awareness like we're actually playing Ghost Recon or something.
I don't see him. Where?
I might be imagining it, actually.
I mean, there's smoke over here, so...
Smoke on the water.
Can I? No? Okay.
Are we going to raid this campsite?
If there's anyone here... Hello there, friend.
Hello.
Oh, well.
Light him up, mate. Light him up.
Her name brings into an important point. She's called Highwayman, but she's not a man. So,
Well, you know, how dare you assume?
well, that's a good point.
We
But
should ask her props before we incinerate her. Give her a good stabbing. Or them.
yeah,
What you got?
not much. Not a very successful Highwayman, it would appear.
It may just be, in fact, be the camper. Taking you by surprise.
Oh, then again,
Oh,
hidden
are we in it?
chest.
We're in the fourth dimension.
Okay, I know how to do this from Skyrim, so...
Oh, we're picking the lock. Isn't it great how, like, of all the things that he managed to keep hold of when he's thrown in the ocean? His
No, I
Metal
picked all
Gear
those
Solid
up.
lock picking kit.
I picked all of that stuff up. Along
What
with
was in the
everything
chest?
I've come across in this game.
Yes, your rucksack weighs 120 pounds. It's just full of used shit.
It's okay, I just keep, you know, snorting more Ice Claw and...
All his heels he's going up with that rucksack. This guy's getting jacked, mate. He'll be up for SS selection if he carries on like this.
Well, or he'll just have a heart attack from too many
No,
drugs.
he'll die from a massive ice-fueled heart attack. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how eating mushrooms makes you stronger. Well, maybe these are some sort of natural steroid.
Well, its medicinal purposes haven't been discovered apart from by a very few niche people who just eat anything they come across in the wild.
Ooh.
Well,
All right.
incidentally, big spiders are the least dangerous. They tend to eat birds. FYI.
Depends how big they are, Neil. We don't have any man-sized spiders.
You're aware of.
We got stuck against a tree there.
That was poor tactic to take situational awareness, mate.
I am the god of hellfire. Oh my goodness, look at my hand.
What happened to your hand?
I guess I got bitten by a spider. I should, you know.
Oh, eat chicken dinner or whatever it takes to heal you.
Yeah, that is literally what it takes to heal you in this. When you're not in combat, you can just eat a bit of that, eat a bit of that. I'm sure I've nicked some.
Oh, has he got any booze? Let's have a quick hit.
Let's see. Well, we've got this fermented goat's milk, which is either booze or just rotten milk. Well, just chug it. Find out.
And see what happens.
Sieve out the lumps, you know.
It might make him incredibly sexually virile.
Possibly. Would you
Would
drink rotten goat's milk if you were on Joe Rogan and he offered you some?
What, if I was on Rogan, he offered me it? Yeah, of course I would, mate. I don't want to look like no weirdo. Just straight on that, mate, in the isolation tank with Jamie.
That's right. Jacked up on DMT.
I would love to do that. I really would. I read a lot of like Graham Hancock books as well, and he's always in Madawaska in the rainforest thinking about past civilizations. So.
See, I'd be a little bit cautious.
Yeah, just the once. You don't want to do it all the time, right? I mean, I'm talking about like a fun one-off experience on the Joe Rogan podcast. Not.
I'm just saying there are some doors that, you know, you've got to be sure you want to open.
If we ever get on Rogan and you embarrass me by saying you don't want the DMT, I'm going to force feed it to you in a jiu-jitsu hold.
I think, to be fair, if that were to happen, I think Joe Rogan would, like, put you out.
Mate, was he choking me out like I'm Steven Seagal?
he wouldn't. I don't think he's okay with forcing DMT on people.
You think it's more of a voluntary thing?
Yeah, I think so. I think
just tell we've been friends for like 25 years. I'll be like, this is chill. Don't worry. We do this all the time. You'll be like, take him out, Rogan.
That's right. Yeah.
What a legendary story that would be, getting choked out by Joe Rogan on the podcast.
It's true. It would be pretty good. And it would be a very highly viewed podcast. So
this would launch the channel. In fact, David, I would get choked out to help us like that.
Ooh.
Who's that? Cave troll. Oh. I think he's joined the choir invisible there, mate.
Good.
He's pining for wherever cave trolls pine from.
He's pining for the fjords.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's pushing up to daisies.
Let's see what's in this little can.
He's an ex-cave troll.
Ooh.
Spooky and shit. You appear to have triggered some kind of telenovela evil music.
Just have to eat more mushrooms to get my powers back.
To give you the range. Yes, to make you believe you can shoot fire with your hands. I wouldn't really choke you out on Joe Rogan.
Of course not.
You know that, right?
Of course not.
We're BFFs.
Yes, I do, Neil. Otherwise, we wouldn't be friends. There should be some sort of violent lunatic who forces his friends to take drugs. Yes.
On Spotify. Brilliant.
Do you think they'd let you on Spotify?
Anything? What's that?
Do you think they'd let you on Spotify, Neil?
I'm not sure, bro. I mean,
they wouldn't be like Neil.
Well, if the books don't take off, I really need to make it with a YouTube channel, so we'll just have to do what it takes, really.
Have you written a book?
I have.
What's it called?
I've written a couple. Well, the one that you can probably still get on Amazon is called The Terror Birds. I will leave you guys to
I have a
research
copy
it.
of
You have
that.
a signed copy.
I have an actual physical copy.
You do, you dirty bugger. I only gave it to you so you could show it to Jan to impress her.
Do you know she may watch this, so be nice. That's right. You got to be cautious about.
And by that, I mean your sister.
Good, good.
He spoke to her recently.
What, your sister?
No, your sister.
No, but I did speak to your mother recently. This morning, in
Oh.
fact. I rolled over and I said, Neil's mum. How are you this morning?
Yeah, yours is here now. She'd say hello, but her mouth's full.
Oh!
Shots fired.
Yours isn't here now. She had some appointment. She's got a very busy diary. She's a very busy working lady. Oh, good times.
That gonna make me a sandwich, bitch. I ain't joking. And that sort of language is not appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
Not appropriate.
Cancel Neil.
I feel that's the first thing that will ever happen if we get on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh,
before
look,
I check you out.
I can improve my stuff. Well, people have been complaining about Joe Rogan because he suggested he was going to do these debates, and so people had to find a reason why. Because, you know, Donald Trump actually said he would go on the Joe Rogan to do it, which would be... I mean, he should do it anyway.
I think that's awesome. Joe Rogan's a really fearless interviewer, so
He's a
probably
good
get some
interviewer.
truth
He's
out
really
of them,
good.
yeah.
You get... Well, if anyone can.
Oh,
I mean,
mate,
maybe...
he's not intimidated by anyone, is he? Like, you start gobbing off him, he's just going to choke you out, bro.
It's true.
Fucking Secret Service agents will be bouncing off the wall and Trump's face will be going blue as he's in a...
He'd just ask simple things. He'd be like, but what does that mean? Okay, yeah, but what does that actually mean? Can you define that word? What does that... I don't... Like, he did it with a journalist who was on there who was like, so-and-so is a toad. And he goes, oh, toady, what does that mean? And they were like, and it was really funny they didn't know what it meant. I think I'm using the right
I mean,
word.
you shouldn't really use words you don't know the meaning of. That's a given.
It's received wisdom. It's repeating things you've heard before, but it was very good. And Joe Rogan was very... And he was polite. He wasn't
on Rogan, because I imagine, like, if anybody could expose him as being, like, suffering from senile dementia.
Or not. I mean, we'd find out the truth one way or another. But
Yeah, for sure.
that may be why he won't do it.
What
But
happens if DMT has got some previously undiscovered, like, medicinal property that fixes dementia?
Neuroregenerative effects. Well,
Yeah.
that would be good. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know if DMT does or not.
Interesting point. If Trump was to go in the isolation tank, would a Secret Service agent need to go in with him?
It's a very interesting... I suppose not. But then again, it could be like a Houdini thing. You open the isolation tank, he's just
Oh,
gone.
he's gone. The president's vanished. Yeah.
That would be, you know... Where did he go? What happened? Now, I think they wanted us to go to some town, but I'm just going to, you know, back around the wilderness.
God, what happens if David Blaine's on with them? I mean, that's the whole mystery right there. You don't need Scooby-Doo to solve it, but...
Oh!
What's those? Oh, cats.
Yes,
Wolves?
cats.